A Simple Favor was a surprisingly effective pop boiler anchored by two ace performances from Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively. Plus, it had snappier than usual direction from Paul Feig and a tight script that somehow managed to take some pretty massive cliches and make them feel somewhat fresh. As such, the only thing surprising about a sequel being made is that Amazon's opting to premiere this on streaming, despite Lively's last movie making $300 million worldwide. And yes, I am aware that there's been a little bit of controversy since then, but hey. So in this one, Stephanie Smothers, once again played by Anna Kendrick, who's reinvented herself as an amateur investigator as well as being a mommy blogger like in the first movie, is convinced by her old foe Emily, once again played by Blake Lively, to attend her extravagant destination wedding in Capri, and murder ensues. While it's not as inspired as the original and more of a retread than expected, the gorgeous scenery, which is well photographed by John Schwartzman, and an especially good turn by Lively, makes it worthwhile. Emily Nelson is surely the best role of her career, with her getting more screen time than she did here in the original, thanks to an added twist, which I, of course, won't reveal. While Lively looks terrific in her jaw-dropping wardrobe, she really does sink her teeth into the camp aspect of the role, playing well off of Kendrick, who Stephanie is portrayed as a little less naive in this installment. Most of the co-stars from the first movie return, with Henry Golding increasingly a cast against type. In the first film, his character Sean was presented as a bit of a trophy husband, but Golding's charm has been dialed down, with his character having gone to seed in the years since the first film. Oddly, he's never been more likable. 365-day star Michele Morrone plays Emily's mobbed-up would-be husband, but like Golding in the original, seems to have been cast to up the beefcake quotient more than anything else, which is understandable given the target audience. Where the movie falters is in the inclusion of too many red herrings, including Allison Janney as Emily's sinister aunt, who arrives with her addled mother, played by Elizabeth Perkins, who fills in for Jean Smart, in tow. When you have someone like Lively having such a whale of a time playing a quasi-antagonist, it's a shame that they inevitably water her down somewhat, softening her rough edges way too much, to perhaps pave the way for a third installment, which seems like a questionable proposition now. It's not that Another Simple Favor is bad. In its own way, the sequel is a lot of fun. It's just that it's so unnecessary and seems to undo everything that made the original such a fun romp. Anna Kendrick's Stephanie follows the same beats she did in the original, with her again being haunted by guilt over a traumatic death. In the first movie, it was her husband and half-brother/lover. In this one, we find out that a case she was investigating led to the suicide of someone who may have been innocent, which would have given her an interesting wrinkle. Still, the movie seems afraid to commit to that notion that she is somehow fallible. The film is also loaded with extraneous characters, with Alex Newell playing Stephanie's agent tagging along on the European getaway for absolutely no reason and then being given nothing to do. The movie, which like the first embraces the camp aspect, goes overboard in its resolution, with everything wrapped up in too tidy a package. However, the scenery is gorgeous, the leads are fun, and Feig's even thrown in some choice needle drops, including Ennio Morricone's Once Upon a Time in the West theme. It's absolutely watchable, if not as a lark. It's still pretty good fun, and I give it a 6 out of 10.
It'll make an amazing sequel.
What are you doing?
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo remains an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.